Hi all, hope you all safe at home. We will continue with the next topics in computer networks. Hope you have seen the previous videos. In this video we are learning about some more terminologies, and these terminologies, why we are learning is that the questions that comes in this topic will not be theory. There may be application based questions. Application based questions means they will give you a real time scenario or real life situation, and they will ask you to suggest the best option from these technologies or these terminologies that you are learning. So, we will see what is the first topic. The first one is a web server. So, web server is actually a computer that stores the web server software and a website's component files. So, you know, we use different websites, and these websites contain so many things. That is, it contains the codes, it contains the components, images, style sheets, JavaScript files, so many things, HTML documents. See, HTML documents are the real code for the web pages, right? So, all these things it contains. So, all these things are with the web servers. And also, so web server is a computer which stores all these details about a website or even a software. If a software is having a server version and client version, that means the basic and all the important files in that software. So, that is web server. So, when a client requests for some web page or something else, the web server search for the requested page in it, and if it with an HTTP response, and if it is not available in the server, it will send a response error 404. It is an error response. So, you might have seen this error response in the system, right. So, when you have the internet connection and when you are trying to get something from the web server, it is showing cannot provide with you the detail that you have asked for. And what is web hosting? Web hosting is actually an online service. You know, if I am creating a website and I cannot just publish in internet so that other people can see, it's not like that. You have to have a web process known as web hosting, such that there are some web hosting services where we have to give a request to them, and we have to say that we have created a website, these are the names, this is the name of the website, and these are the web pages being used, everything. And what they will do is they will check whether a name with the website exists, or they will check with the terms and conditions whether our site is meeting the terms and conditions set by them, and if it's okay, they will publish it. When you once you enter the internet, you will be able to see those site. So, what's happens, that is, your website is getting some space on the server which you can store all the files and data necessary for your website to work properly. Okay, so that process is known as web hosting. Only after hosting your website you will be able to see your website in the internet. And next is web browser. And web browser is a simple browser, or you can call it as a simple browser. It is an application through which you can enter the internet. You can go into a web page. So, common web browsers used are Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, and Apple Safari. So, these browsers provided by different companies or different companies. Google is by okay, Google Chrome is by the Google people, and Internet Explorer is by Microsoft. And there are some additional topics, that is, you have heard the term, you may have heard of the term plugins and add-ons. See, normally when you get your system or when you have any of the softwares, it gives you some basic operations, okay, some basic operations. But if you want something extra, you have that extra software, okay. So, that extra piece of software which does a separate function is known as a plugin, okay. So, for example, in your Microsoft Word, it normally comes with some basic operations, and if you want plugins are available for that. Okay, plugins are available, which means that plugins are a piece of code or a software which can be attached to this. So that is known as plugin. When it is a software, we call it as a plugin, and when it is as hardware, we call it as add-ons. You can have see an example. See, when you are using some graphical operation systems in other than this normal graphical usage, you are doing so many games, completely graphical works and all. For that, the normal graphic facility provided by your system will not be sufficient. For that, what you use? You have to go for a graphics card, which gives you some additional provisions for the graphics. So, it's known as add-ons. So, these are the examples of some add-ons. Add-on for computer include card for sound, even graphic acceleration, and even memories also. You can add some memories add-ons, and games are there. For games there are some add-ons, word processing there are some add-ons, etc., etc. And next is cookies. Cookies are small files which are stored on a user's computer. That means that when you log into some website in your page, that website will put some information or put some piece of code or put some text messages in your system, which contain your username, your password, the time you logged in, the time you were logged in, how much time you were in the system, the websites the web pages that you have gone through, how much time you were using those web pages. So, all these details are there in the cookies. So, this is actually given by the web given, and it will be in your system. And if you are not deliberately or explicitly deleting them, it will be there in your system itself. So, somebody else can take the cookies and check which all websites you have logged into and how much time you have used, etc. Okay. These are the main contents of the computer networks topic, and I will be giving you an extra work also today. So, please complete the exercise and give me the answers before the next class. Okay. Thank you.